Summer afternoon, perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Second and 5. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
First down, Miami.
On the double. 53. Check 53. Watch the run. Watch the run.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
He'll get this into the hands of Breida. It's a big play there for Miami. And even 40 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. Second and 11. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jakeem Grant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right.
At their own 25-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Just like that.
A first down carry by Elliott. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 36.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A run for Tony Pollard, the Memphis product. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Check tight. Check tight. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3. Switch. Switch. Alert flare. Alert flare. Flare. Flare.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 28.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Oh, you got deep. You got tight left. Tight left. 4 down. 4 down. 26.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lamb. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down.
Watch the run. Check the hot read. Under. Slant. Watch the slant. Motion. Motion. Check 26. Check 26.
They'll run on first down. It's Elliott. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down.
Heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges.
Now Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Zerline connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
At the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. 2nd and 2. That'll be complete to Breida. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll look to throw. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Here's Prescott. Going to take a shot for Gallup. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here we go. Line 8. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Line 8.
On the counter, Elliott. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Check. Watch the safety creep. Here we go, 47. Check, 52's the mic. Check, 26.
On second down, it's Pollard. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Prescott from the gun on third. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You think back to last year, Dak Prescott was sacked 56 times, second most in the league behind Deshaun Watson of the Texans. So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 12-yard line.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. On second down, a run with Breida. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They're going to look to throw. And it's caught by Parker. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
Ready? 55. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yeah. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Check nickel. Jim. It's free. Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Back to throw now on first down. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Second and 4. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
They'll drop the throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Prescott now. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 30 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. 10th carry now for Elliott. And credit the tackle to Taco Charlton with a stop. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. From the 27, Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, as the first half is winding down, and the Cowboys have taken the lead. Zerline good with a PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll throw now on the final play, and that is incomplete. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They'll run with Elliott. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On second down, Elliott a first down and more. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And a sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole, 3rd and long.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is fielded at the 27. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total.
We're going to 52. Guys, it's our time. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Hey, kill.
Now Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Give him 30 yards there. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Elliott. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. These Cowboys looking good here at AT&T Stadium. Of course, they were really good in this building last year. 7-1 in their 8 games played at home. The only loss was on a Monday night to Tennessee. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Again, it's Elliott. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Prescott from the gun. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They go to Elliott again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Let's go! At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. He'll look to throw. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards.
Let's go, defense.
First down,
Our time.
Dolphins.
It's our time.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this is Parker, complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
Complete to Devontae Parker. Out of bounds at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 5. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
The Dolphins on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. It's complete to Grant. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. They'll set up to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Jakeem Grant, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing. Prescott. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked the ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
It's 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
But when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. On first down, here's Breida. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, let's go.
On play action, they'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to air one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Now back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Here's 2nd and 8. Big loss here as he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season. And he's on the heels of winning the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award. He had a pair of sacks in last week's game, Charles. So much for adjusting, so much for game planning, right? You know that he had the 2 sacks last week. Why aren't you able to block him? Sometimes the superior athlete just wins. Well, they need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Back to throw here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll look to throw. And it is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They'll keep it on the ground. Elliott. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Throwing here, Prescott. Man open left side, it's his running back with it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Shit. 46.
Prescott yet again. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Prescott now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. And again, it's Prescott. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll throw again. Prescott toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Cowboys, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Miami, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.